Okay, it was the 6th of January 2023, and this man called POXIALS decided to do a 24-hour live stream for his first and last stream of the year. Here's how it went.
Hello everyone! Hello. Welcome to the first annual 24-hour stream.
Okay, we are a couple hours in and then we had the chance to choose our dog. Let's look how it went.
Apple honey bun, that's a good one. Dog? Or are you just saying dog? Or are we calling the dog dog? Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many. Coconut, Bonker. Bonker, what a name. Lord, Leo, Frodo, Mr. Peanut Butter. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many. Frodo, Parsnip, Bob. Hold on, what was the first one? There was one in there that I really liked. Oh yeah, Honey Bun, kind of like after Honey from the 100 Day series. Bob, Frodo. I'm getting a lot of Frodos for some reason. Poxy, Leo, Jack, Vance. HP Printer. Rumi. Why did I call it HP Printer? Morbius? Absolutely not. Bingus. Oh my god, I'm not calling my dog Bingus. Nope, Morbius. I'm not calling it Morbius. Penning. Bob. I'm seeing a lot of Bobs. You know what? Okay, you've convinced me. I'm going to call my dog Bob. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. Go around this way. Bedtime story in your narrator voice. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Here's your bedtime story. And I apologize if it's bad. But here we go. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a dog called Bob. Now, Bob was one of the goodest boys in the land. Every day, he would go about down to the bakery. The baker would give him his free piece of meat, and he'd take it to the pond, just past the forest, and he would sit there and eat it. Now, Bob was one of the goodest boys in the town, and everyone knew about Bob. For you see, Bob was a friendly dog, and he would always go around cheering people up, letting them pet him, and licking their face, because he was a cutie. Until one day, an evil man came into town. Now, this man's name was Greg, short for Gregory. Now, Gregory didn't like Bob, for you see, Gregory had a secret. Gregory secretly despised Bob because he wanted all the attention. And one day, when Bob had taken his piece of meat down to the lake, Gregory, unbeknown to Bob, came and snatched Bob away from the lake. Okay. Now, Gregory took Bob to his evil lair up in the mountains. And Gregory sat him down in his cage, or he locked him in a cage and said to Bob, "There will be no more giving back to the people. For you see, it is my duty to bring them happiness. Not you." But unbeknownst to Gregory, back in the village, everyone realized Bob was missing when he didn't come around for his daily face licks. They were all shouting around the town, "Bob! Bob, where'd you go? Bob! Where are you, Bob?" And they didn't hear anyone. They didn't hear a single bark or a single woof. So, as the sun began to set, the village grabbed their pickaxes and their rakes and their pitchforks and their torches, and they raced off to Gregory's house. For you see, there was a wizard in the town who foresaw this event taking place. And up in the mountains, they had seen a little glow from a cave. So the villagers, they all wandered into town, past the forest, past the pond, and they walked up the hill. It took them a while, but they finally reached the cave entrance. And upon entering, they saw Bob in the cave. Now you see, Gregory had seen this coming, and he had set up a trap, and he had knocked down the cave. The magical performing arts shining through. Okay, sorry. Gregory knocked down the cave entrance and stopped them from coming in. However, through teamwork, pushing through hardships, they cleared the rock away and the rubble. Gregory was shocked. How could he have been so silly? He was now trapped, and the villagers walked on through the rubble, grabbed Gregory, and they threw him off the mountain and said to him, "Never come back. Never come back, Gregory." And so the villagers picked up Bob, took him out of his cage, and they carried him back to the village. And there at the village, Bob was treated to a lovely spa day, all the meat he could eat, and pats from everyone, including the children and the villagers. And from then on out, the town never saw Gregory again. And Bob was saved. Yay, Bob. What a beautiful story.
Then there was Aiden, and Aiden was kind of interesting because he decided he wanted to give us all 20,000, each and every one of us. And here on the screen is like what it is in total. That's crazy. I think it got even raised to 90,000. This man is a legend, and we will always miss him. So salute to Aiden.
Is this original or expanded? Yeah, this is vanilla Minecraft. Dax in chat, you also think that POXIALS needs to upgrade his watering can to the max first? No shot. Okay, hold on, let's make a poll. You guys are really gonna make me upgrade my watering can first, aren't you? You cheeky. Yeah, okay. Okay. I see you. Okay. So I have to upgrade my watering can all the way to max before I upgrade anything else. Do you know how awful that is gonna be? Oh! However, the story takes place 5 years later, as we have Bob and Gregory, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now, Bob had been a hero for the last 5 years, for you see, Gregory had been taken away from their village, thrown down a mountain, and shunned away for the horrible and vile acts that he had committed upon Bob. But little did they know, the village and Bob, that Gregory had been plotting revenge. Now it's important to note that Gregory had lost a leg while rolling down the hill. He had to amputate, and he now has a wooden leg. And on one particular morning, Bob took his treats down to the pond as he usually does, and he returned to the village for his daily pats and face licks. But then all of a sudden a shadow was cast across the village, and everyone looked up and they realized it's Gregory. Gregory was back, and was he not just back by himself, but he had managed to tame a dragon. Pirate Gregory had managed to tame a dragon. And across the village, Gregory flew on that dragon as he scorched the village, sending it into ashes and flame. Bob, not knowing what to do, ran out. And he ran out to the wizard. You remember the wizard? That was a character. I swear. Bob ran over to the wizard, and the wizard said, without any warning, Bob, you need to take hold of the paw of freedom. And of course, Bob being a dog, he just kind of barked. But the wizard put a gold claw on the bottom of Bob. Bob ran out of the wizard's tower and he ran up to the dragon. He leapt up and he shot into the sky. For Bob was now blessed with flight from this paw. And around the sky he flew, chasing the dragon and Gregory. Gregory was laughing maniacally. He was loving this. But then Bob, out of nowhere, flicked his tail and the dragon went flying. Across the river he went. And he landed just on the other side. Gregory was fuming. He looked at Bob and said, "You took so much away from me. How could you do this?" And of course, Bob, just being a dog, barked. But what Bob meant in that bark said everything. He was protecting his village. And so the dragon got up and they fought. It was a hard battle. Blows were fought back and back. Gregory was hit. Bob was hit. The village watched on in shock horror across the river. But then Bob managed to smack his paw on the dragon. And he got sent flowing down the river. And the dragon was washed away along with Gregory, never to be seen again. And Bob was once again hailed the goodest boy of all time. Thank you so much for coming to my story time.
There is something in the community that's called streamer luck. And streamer luck is basically, because you share your screen, you have so many more luck in the game than you normally have. And POXIALS had plenty. He had plenty. And here's a good example of it.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh my... No shot. Look at that. What is that iridium cluster? How much is that? 22? Oh, there's no way. There is no way. I'm genuinely hacking right now. There is genuinely no way.
And after that streamer luck moment, we got onto Ginger Island. And we are actually getting so fucking close to penning with POXIALS. So guys, are you ready for Ginger Island?
There's Aiden back. There's Vari. Thank you so much for the 10. What was the ostrich demand? Was the ostrich demand satisfied yet? Just woke up. Well, you are about to find out because we just got... we are about to head to Ginger Island. Oh, Adrian is back. I see, I see. I thought you meant Aiden. I think... Got heaps of money. Yeah, I thought you meant, Aiden. The guy who owes us like 40 grand each. Craving Waffle House, Lania. Fair enough.
So once he got onto Ginger Island, he did some basic Ginger Island stuff. He grabbed a couple walnuts, he unlocked the Lakeside River, and we went panning. And it was actually a special moment for the entire community, because it was the first time after that we were to experience a live panning with POXIALS. But first we got one more thing to do, and that is the final episode of the story from Bob. And it was an amazing ending.
So we're off to Ginger Island. But you know what? First I'm going to do the story. You know what? First I'm going to do the story before we do anything. So, that leads us to the final chapter in Bob and Gregory's story. And it takes place about 30 minutes after the fight from the second one, from the second story. So after Bob... Actually, no, that's a lie. It takes place a year after. It takes place a year after. Not 30 minutes later. A year later. Let's say a year later. So after the dragon attack, the villagers regrouped, they recouped, and they rebuilt. Their village was once again up to standard with what they had it before. And Bob was once again praised for his heroic adventures across the village. There was one night that Bob was heading home from the pond when he saw a shadow in the darkness. Now you might be wondering what that shadow was. Well, that shadow was, of course, Gregory. As you could see, the limp from the wooden leg. But Gregory didn't look like he wanted to fight. Gregory just looked like he wanted to talk. And so he went over to Bob very carefully, because Bob still had the power of, or the paw of power. And they sat down at the pond. And Gregory said to him, I don't want to fight no more. I'm sorry that I fight you like this. And then the wizard came out of nowhere. He teleported. He just appeared there. And he said to Gregory, I've been doing a lot of digging and researching. And it turns out that Gregory and Bob are brothers. Crazy. And so the wizard teleports away, and Gregory and Bob are left to themselves. And at that moment, they make a pact between each other that they would be friends and they would fight evil together. And from then on, they protected the village together. They used his dragon for good rather than evil. They got him a cooler wooden leg. And Bob and Gregory and the rest of the village lived in happiness and harmony. The end. Happy ending. We love a happy ending. Yay. Happy ending. We love a happy ending. Yay. Oh, so I can see how long it was. Wow. Let's just say, here we are, Ginger Island. That was the first goal of the stream, and we did it within 18 and a half hours. 18 and a half hours. Let's go. Wow. Let's get cracking with these golden walnuts then. Sheesh, I mean, we might be in for a good chance for an ostrich egg here. And of course, Friday the 5th of summer, 19 hours in after a 24-hour stream, 19 hours into the stream, it's time for your favorite segment of all time. That's right, it's time for the live edition of Betting with POXIALS. See, now you gotta watch me do it. Now you can't even get the good bits.
So we did not get the lucky win. However, we got one more thing to do before this video comes to a close.
Came a little bit late, or left ages ago and are back for the final hour. This is the finish. It's definitely not the finish, but the final farm after 24 hours of playing. So we started on a hilltop farm that was chosen by chat right at the start, as were most things this stream. Let me start on this side. Beautiful, beautiful. We'll walk past the farmhouse. It's not upgraded at all. Got the Stardew Hero trophy though, so you know, it's looking pretty nice. We of course have our hub area. Our beautiful hub area. Actually turned out really nice, I'm not gonna lie. It turned out really nice. Tui, thank you so much for the 10 euros or pounds? I can't remember. 10 euros I think that is. Anyway, thank you. Awesome stream. Let's make the last hour the best hour. Damn right we will. Absolutely. Our hub area turned out quite nice, I won't lie, I quite like it. Back here we have Bob in his little wee sanctuary area. I would have put the hay tiles down, but I didn't buy them. Beautiful. And he's looked after by a big Junimo plushie, of course. Of course. coming down this way, got a nice little like decoration in here. Couple of trees, you know, I thought that looked quite nice. Kind of like blocks it off between the path and the hub area. Kind of nice, kind of nice. Here we've got our animal area. Our animal area. That's looking very nice. Turned out quite nice actually. I quite like the spacing of it because then you have a beautiful pathway coming all the way to our fruit cave, which I clearly have not cleared out in quite a while. But that's okay, we'll leave it. For another day, Coming down southwards. Added a nice little pathway around here. Obviously, I probably need to clear out this little bit to get to Grandpa's grave. But that's alright, we'll get there in due time. And then I reckon let's come down here by the greenhouse. So here we've got the greenhouse area, looking quite nice. Really go inside, looking a little bare, apart from a pomegranate tree. So looking a little bit bare, but that's alright. That's okay, that's okay. Got a few trees and decorations around here. And then we've got our first one of 2 farm areas so far. I found the hilltop farm to be quite hard to like fit in farm areas. Like, it was quite a challenge, but it turned out pretty well. I'm getting ahead of myself. Back this way, back this way. So, if we take a right instead of a left, we can walk past our well. Beautifully suggested by a viewer. I can't remember who it was. But it was a beautiful idea, and I love it. Of course, when these trees grow in, I'm sure it'll look even nicer. Mwah. And then we have our second of 2 farm areas over here. Looking very nice, all done up with cranberries. Got 3 scarecrows around the place. Ain't no crows touching near these ones. It was Gigi. Gigi's well. Gigi's well. That's what we're going to nickname it. Gigi's well. And last but not least, of course, we have our little tree farm up on this little hill. I mean, I don't usually do tree farms. That's a lie. I do tree farms. But what I'm trying to say was I didn't expect to put a tree farm up here. But it turned out quite well, actually. Even though we only have like 2 of these, like the maple trees and the pine trees. I don't know. It worked out quite well. Because I feel like I don't usually use maple syrup and pine tar often. So, that is the farm. Okay, so here are our animals. We have, of course, we have Mars the bunny. Named after one of my beautiful mods, Mars. Dax the chicken. Oh, not the chicken, the duck. Dax the duck. And of course I had to do one for my other mod. You've probably seen him in the chat. You've probably seen him in the Discord. You've probably seen both of them in the Discord. You would have, because they're mods in there too. And they're amazing, and have done an incredible job sticking with me through 24 hours. Every time I look at the chat, Dax is pretty much there. And Mars is lurking there somewhere. Doing a brilliant job, both of them. I literally cannot thank them enough. For just their work in general, honestly. And then we have Milky the cow. I named her Milky because I needed milk. I thought it would remind me that I needed milk for a bundle. And if I can get past Milky. We have Ostrich the chicken. You can go your way, that's all good. See you later. Thanks for joining. Ostrich the chicken was named because everyone wanted me to get an ostrich. But for some reason, I don't think they understood how hard it is to get an ostrich. Toledo still just put in the chat, still waiting for a real ostrich. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the $5. But he's still waiting for an ostrich. And I promise that next time we continue with this farm, we will get one. Finish it off the way we usually finish it off. 13 minutes to go. Let's see the countdown out. All relaxing and chilling. Look, and I salute you back, to be honest, because it's a big effort. Last minute, everyone. I tell you what, I'm gonna get the best sleep. I'm gonna go sleep for 6 hours. I'm gonna wake up, and then I'm gonna go back to bed 6 hours later. Seriously, you guys have made this has been incredible. And I'm gonna save this farm so that next year, when we do it, I'm gonna pick up from where we left off. And I'm probably gonna aim for perfection. Even though it's a year away. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Now, just bloody go get some sleep, everyone. Go get some sleep. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Ah. I'm literally speechless. I'm literally speechless. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 24 hours is done. We did it. Chat, we did it. I'm just gobsmacked. I can't even speak. I can't even speak. You guys are seriously incredible. This wouldn't be what it is without you guys all here. If you haven't already, join the Discord, because you can come and watch. Just passed out in the bath. Nice. Seriously, come join the Discord. You can come hang out. I'm over there most of the time. I think there's only one way to end it, and it's the only way I know how to end a video is by saying, you're all wonderful people, so have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.
That's it, everyone. That's 24 hours highlighted into 27 minutes. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Dex out.